Ka East-West Group of Institution Bangalore, ka khot admission nakamta ka nursing but paramedical course, ka bala ithu da ka Indian Nursing Council, ka buy admission ka badunatam, but she's pa percent ka jinyokam. Pila ru ban apply da ka education loan.
It is a truly momentous occasion as we gather to lay the foundation stone for the Indigenous Cultural Center of Seng Kmie in Sorkar, Shillong, the 15th of May 2025. To our Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad K. Sangma, we are truly honored to have you with us today to be part of this memorable occasion as our chief guest. Sir, your presence here today is a great honor. To the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Preston Tinsong, we thank you for taking the time to be with us to witness this historical moment. To the Minister of Tourism, Shri Paul Lingdo, we express our gratitude for your presence, to the Department of Tourism and the respected dignitaries, to the JPK members of Seng Kmie, and to all the invitees. We are truly delighted to stand before you all to celebrate this memorable occasion of laying the foundation stone of the Indigenous Cultural Center of Seng Kmie that acknowledges the importance of Indigenous culture, to highlight the government's purpose and express gratitude to those involved. It also emphasizes its role in preserving and promoting indigenous traditions of the Hinyotra people and knowledge for future generations. This project is a testament to our commitment to preserving and promoting the rich heritage of our ancestors. Let us celebrate this milestone together, ensuring that the voices and traditions of our Hinyotra people are heard and valued for future generations to come. As we stand here today, united by a shared vision, a vision of preserving and celebrating the cultural, religious, traditional heritage of the indigenous communities, so today, the 15th of May, 2025, holds a great significance in the history and tradition of Seng Khasi, a momentous occasion to reflect on our past, celebrate our present achievements, and look forward to a promising future. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are happy to welcome everyone to this auspicious occasion, to the laying of the foundation stone of Indigenous Cultural Center of Seng Kmie, and express our deepest sincere gratitude to our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Conrad K. Sangma, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Preston Tinsong, Minister of Tourism, Shri Paul Lingdo, to the Department of Tourism and the respected dignitaries for your presence and support. We shall now move ahead with the program with the felicitation of our chief guest, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Conrad K. Sangma, by the President of Seng Kmie, Rangba O. Pingro. Thank you, sir. We now call upon the Secretary of Seng Khasi Kmie Sengkanthe, Madam Asorfi Shisha Dingdo, to kindly felicitate Madam I Majao, MCS Director of Arts and Culture. On behalf of Seng Khasi Kmie, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to our esteemed guests for gracing us with your presence today. Your valuable insights and contributions have been instrumental in making this event a resounding success. We are truly grateful for your support and look forward to working together in the future. An anthem is more than just a song. It is a powerful symbol of unity, identity, and shared values. When we hear an anthem, we feel a sense of belonging, a connection to something larger than ourselves. Today, the students of Seng Khasi Higher Secondary School Jayao and Katibyan Kisor Hara will perform the Seng Khasi anthem Jing Duai Kari. I kindly request everyone to please stand for the anthem. The author's words, the anthem's words, often simple yet profound, evoke our shared history, traditions, and aspirations. Thank you, students of Seng Khasi High Secondary School and Katibyan Kisor Hara, for performing the Seng Khasi anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have the welcome address by the President of Seng Khasi Kmie, Rangba O Pingro. Thank you.
Good morning, esteemed guests, respected dignitaries, and dear friends. It is with immense joy and pride that I welcome you all to this momentous occasion, the laying of the foundation stone for Indigenous Cultural Center of Seng Khasi Kmie, here at its headquarters in Maukar, Shillong. We are honored to have among us as chief guest today our Honorable Chief Minister Shri Conrad K. Sangma. Sir, your presence today reaffirms the significance of this initiative. Your dedication and support have been instrumental in bringing this vision to life. It is a privilege and a moment of great joy to welcome our esteemed Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Shri Preston Tensong, whose unwavering support and dedication to our organization have been invaluable on countless occasions. It is also with great honor and profound gratitude that we welcome Paul Lengdo, Minister of Tourism, to the momentous occasion. Today we gather not just to celebrate the fulfillment of a visionary project, but to acknowledge the support and commitment of the Tourism Department, Government of Meghalaya, in making this dream a reality. Although Sir Vijay and Sri Bidingdo is not here, but I will convey this message. We also welcome Sri Vijay Kumar, IAS Commissioner Secretary to the Government of Meghalaya, and Sri B. Dengdo, IAS Director of Tourism, Government of Meghalaya, who has been a driving force in promoting sustainable and inclusive tourism, recognizing the immense potential our region holds in enriching cultural exchanges and fostering economic growth, and also to different official representatives, the Tourism Department, Government of Meghalaya, representatives from ADB, and representatives from the art and culture, and all sundry. The leadership has ensured that initiatives like constructing an Indigenous Cultural Center here at the headquarters of Seng Khasi Kmie move from mere ideas to concrete development that will benefit communities and visitors alike. This project stands as a testament to the dedication of the Ministry of Tourism toward preserving heritage, enhancing infrastructure, and opening new doors of opportunity for our state in particular and the region as a whole. On behalf of Seng Khasi Kmie, I also welcome Bariki Shulai, MDC, and the representative from the Dorbar Shillong Maukar, and all friends from the media. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the representatives from the Sengba Kinoshan Nonghen, Seng Hilang, Seng Raj, the Sim, the Daloi, and particularly the presidents, general secretaries of different units of Seng Khasi, who are all present here today. Last but not the least, our beloved members of Seng Khasi Kmie and well-wishers, we acknowledge your kind presence. A foundation stone symbolizes strength, stability, and the unwavering commitment of all those who have worked tirelessly to turn a dream into reality. As we take this first step, let us reflect on the journey ahead, a journey filled with dedication, collaboration, and the shared goal of building something that will shape the generation to come. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone involved in making this possible, from the planners, architects, and the members of Seng Khasi Kmie. Without your collective efforts, we would not be standing here today. Let us together celebrate the beginning and look forward to the completion of a project that will contribute immense to our community development. Once again, welcome and thank you for joining us in this historic moment. Khubor, Jylla, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Rangba Opingrop, for the welcome address. We appreciate the kind words and warm reception. We will now have a brief presentation on project details and report by Shri Hamar Singh Karmar, Cultural Secretary of Seng Khasi Kmie. We welcome Shri Hamar Singh Karmar to kindly come on stage. Thank you.
Shiajarngu, you play track and rat, and Taunangbo, Majarangatipian, Ubala, Ubayai. At the very outset, I express eternal obeisance and gratitude to the Almighty, the Divine Creator within us and around us. Thank you, President Rangba Opingrop, for the moving welcome speech. Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad K. Sangma, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Prestone Timsong, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Shri Paul Lingdor, all the dignitaries and officials with us today, our respected traditional heads, members of various organizations and teams, and especially to all the members and well-wishers of the Seng Khasi, the warmest greetings to you all on this historic and auspicious day. A day in which we get to celebrate and mark the beginning of what is destined to be a landmark in our state and the nation. It fills me with great pride to be entrusted with the duty of sharing an overview of the Indigenous Cultural Center, its aims and objectives. To commence, I would first like to take you through a brief history of the Seng Khasi. The Seng Khasi was formed here in Mokhar, Shillong on the 23rd of November 1899 by 16 young Khasi men to preserve and protect their culture and also to encourage and inspire cultural growth. In 1899, when the organization was formed, Shillong was already the administrative capital of the expansive Assam province of the British Raj. It was an important center of a mighty colonial force at the peak of its powers, not just in India, but across the world. This period saw great upheavals and transformations sweep through these pristine hills. Great winds of change swept through that threatened to uproot the revered foundation of the Khasi way of life. The 16 founders foresaw that indigenous beliefs traditions and values would be lost completely if action was not taken. Thus, the Seng Khasi was founded. The 16 had as their mentor Babu Jibon Roy Mairam, a leading figure of the time, whose name still inspires great hope and pride till today. Babu Jibon Roy guided the 16 founders both intellectually and spiritually. He firmly believed in the Khasi way and was very clear that the advancement and progression of the people and their culture in the context of modernity, with winds of change sweeping through, must come from within. He believed that advancement and progression must come from within. This philosophy grounded the young founders and has since continued to guide the Seng Khasi forward. The 16 young men were Urash Mohan Roy Nongrum, Chairman, Chandranath Roy Sauyan, Secretary, Kupardon Dakhar, Mohan Roy Ranja, Ruby Singh Swear, Borton Nyota, Raibon Singh, Nalak Singh Yangba, Joshon Taryang, Sait Singh Dakhar, Ram Charan Dimpep, Robert Dakhar, Rajan Shan Marbanyang, Nadon Roy Dingdo, Rutan Muni War, and Indro Muni Jirwa. The priceless contributions of the 16 founders and their mentors will forever be regarded as one of the greatest examples of valiance in our history. Their efforts and that of all the members that have followed since continue to awaken Khasi society to their rich heritage and also continue to play a vital role in nation building and fostering brotherhood. The Seng Khasi has always been at the forefront of preserving and advancing living traditions. It is one of the oldest organizations of its kind, formed solely by the Indigenous and dedicated to nurturing Indigenous ways. Its role and purpose is being understood with greater clarity with each passing day. The world is now looking more and more inwards and towards Indigenous wisdom to find harmonious answers and solutions to the many problems we face locally and globally, whether it be in the preservation of nature or even in the search for peace within. Organizations and centers that can facilitate the search and understanding of Indigenous knowledge, ingenuity, and spirituality are becoming more and more essential in the quest to build a healthy society. The Indigenous Cultural Center of Seng Khasi Kmie is thus appropriately planned and designed around the motto, Modernity with Roots, which was coined by its principal design architect, Rangba Pidi Sauyan. In keeping with the motto, and in order to maintain the sacred connection between the past, the present, and the future, the center will be built primarily over 2 plots of land that were acquired recently. The historic 2-storied building, with its iconic facade facing the Maukar main road, will remain as it is. For its hallowed halls are witness to some of the greatest moments in Khasi history, and which continue to permeate optimism and instill true pride for Khasi traditions. The main facilities and units that will be located in the new blocks will comprise of the following: a state-of-the-art learning and resource center, which will include a digital library with a vast collection of rare Khasi literature, an audiovisual museum where one can immerse virtually in various festivals and ceremonies, galleries and exhibition halls showcasing Indigenous crafts, attire, instruments, ceremonial objects, and so on from across the state. A performance hall that will emphasize heavily on the traditional performing arts, a traditional music school, traditional crafts workshop, Indigenous cuisine restaurant, a bookshop and gift store, conference and seminar rooms, administrative areas, adequate parking and other facilities such as waiting rooms, toilets, outdoor seating, and so on. The Indigenous Cultural Center will enable visitors from within the state and from across the country and abroad to navigate and explore the rich heritage of the land and its people. Guided tours will be arranged to sacred and historical sites under the custodianship of the Seng Khasi, such as the famous dance arena Kalimpong Waking and the sacred summit of the Navel of Heaven, Ulum Sopet Beneng. The center will also have information boards and reading material related to sacred forests and living root bridges, a calendar of cultural events, and will also facilitate consultations with Khasi elders and scholars of Khasi heritage. The Indigenous Center will be the most important place for all seekers of Indigenous knowledge to begin, widen, or further deepen their understanding of one of humankind's greatest treasures, that is, Indigenous culture. It is meant to be a place of learning and exchange, predominantly focused on Khasi culture, traditions, and wisdom, but not restricted only to the aforementioned. The center will provide a platform for the interaction and exchange between diverse Indigenous groups. Immense gravitas will also be added by the center to the cultural tourism circuit of the state, and it will surely help identify Mokhar as the primary heritage neighborhood of Shillong one must visit. Within walking distance of where we are, there's the famous Yodo Market, Khasi National Darbar Hall, the office of the Chief of Himalayan, some of the oldest churches, and across the road there is the first privately owned printing press in Northeast India, Ri Khasi Press, which was established in 1896 by Babu Jibon Roy, from which the first Khasi books, journals, and newspapers were printed and published, several of which you will be able to view and read at the Learning Center of this complex. We are truly blessed and fortunate that the government has sanctioned this project in the midst of our celebration of 125 years of Seng Khasi. It is a fulfillment of a dream of countless many, the fruit of labor of infinite efforts. To name each and every individual involved would not be possible at this time. However, I cannot but mention, on behalf of the Jylla Perkhatkam Seng Khasi Kmie, the names of a few individuals and organizations without whose contributions, expertise, and support this project would not have come into being. First and foremost, the warmest remembrance and deepest expression of gratitude goes to our late President, Rangba Don Kupar Dakhar, Bamkwai Adwarublay, under whose bold, far-sighted, and motivational leadership this project was initiated, and with whose blessings we are here today. Sincere thanks also goes to the Centerpoint Group Enterprise CPGE Design Studio for preparing the architectural and structural engineering drawings from the point of conception to the very last day of submission. The Jwatbor Kaji and Associates firm for assisting in the preparation of the DPR and for aiding in several other technical aspects. We also wish to express our gratitude to the Meghalaya Age, ADB, and the Tourism Department technical teams. Last but certainly not the least, immense and heartfelt gratitude goes to the government of Meghalaya and the various departments and key officials involved, led by our stellar, dynamic, and visionary Chief Minister, Shri Conrad K. Sangma. Words can't adequately express how grateful we are. Finally, before I conclude, I would like to thank you all once again for being here with us on this special day. Before I leave the podium, a few words in Khasi. The Schwaban Penkut Yakani Kajingkren, Hakani Kapor, Nagapenta Jong Ibaro, Kikun Seng Khasi Senrad, Napenpao Kajing Skungu, Bakajing Buram, Kabakrautam, Yaki Katan Riungut, kisempa kisemsong kirang keni kirang pawar knong kirijit kibla seng ladang ya seng khasi shispa arpusan snam menchwa dailing ba kajing yo I jengai kajing shlur haringkat kajing sham pang jongki bangila yo bania poi renti lang hado ni uput pansaki ya kajing bu mau nong rem jongki Indigenous Cultural Center ke Seng Khasi Kmie ngai ka kitpok kit riang ya hi baro ki parakur parakha but I will play try kan ra un yai the se kerhai ka kerkhu kerdo bangin nang yai ne halakanong rim yai kersiu but yai menat kublai mithila jai hind yo play try kan ra shia jarngo shia jarngo shia jarngo.
From presentation to performance, we will now have a cultural program by Kikon Samla ka Seng Khasi. They are welcome on stage to showcase their talent and skills in the performing arts in front of our esteemed guests on this special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for our artistic performers.
Janbiet kabasok ba kabakmen yipi baro kakerteng jong kajing ruai kadai na kakod seng nakalinong kapaningkong tus ngau tus ngap kasneng temen. Shibun.
Thank you, Kikhon Samla ka Seng Khasi, for that wonderful performance. The lovely music was inspiring, and we feel grateful to have witnessed it. Thank you for sharing your talent and culture with us. A politician, a poet, an author, a songwriter, and musician from Shillong, Meghalaya, Paul Lyngdoh is the working president of the United Democratic Party and cabinet minister of the government of Meghalaya. He pursued his bachelor's degree with English honours from St. Anthony's College, Shillong, then completed his master's degree in English from the Northeastern Hill University. He studied law up to the intermediate level and completed a course in journalism from the Indian Institute of Journalism. Paul Lyngdoh is a bilingual writer in Khasi and English. His collection of short stories, Shithyar Ki Khana Lincoln, in 1989, which he wrote as a high school student, is now part of the higher secondary school curriculum of the Meghalaya Board of School Education. As a cabinet minister, Paul Lyngdoh is currently holding the office of Social Welfare, Tourism, Arts and Culture and Textiles. He is also the spokesperson of the MDA government of Meghalaya. Sir, it is a pleasure to have you on stage and kindly present us with a speech. Thank you.
Kublai, good morning, friends. Rangba O Pengrup, the president of the Seng Khasi Kmie, along with other leaders of the committee, most of whom are known to me personally. Greetings to all of you. Our proactive and indefatigable leader of the government of Meghalaya, Sri Conrad Kiesama, Honorable Chief Minister, assisted by a very wise and experienced Deputy Chief Minister, President Song, officials of the government of Meghalaya from the Departments of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Dr. Tiwari representing the Raj Bhavan. More especially, greetings to all members, young and old, ki Samla, Samuhai, ki Rangba, ki Tumen, ki San, jong ka Seng Khasi Kmie, friends from the media fraternity, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. First, I'd like to thank the MC for those profuse words of introduction. And as we stand here today, I recall that 2 weeks back, when leaders of the Seng Khasi Kmie had met me at my office chamber to invite me to be here on today's inauguration, the foundation stone laying ceremony of the Integrated Indigenous Cultural Center. I told them that you have chosen the right day, the 15th, because the amount of sanctions is also 15 crores. And PD Nongrum Babu said, Katate kalai kup, meaning it's a good omen. And I believe it's going to be a day that will further catapult Maukhar to its richly deserved heights. In more than one sense, as Heb had earlier put forward about the importance of Maukhar as a center of polity and culture, I'd like to also acknowledge the fact that I was a product of this throbbing nerve center, Maukhar, because when I first joined active public life as a student leader, I was elected General Secretary of the KSU at the National Darbar Hall, Maukhar, in 1991. To that sense, I'm also a product of Mokhar. It's a matter of pride that when we look back at Mokhar, whether you talk of the Seng Khasi movement, whether you talk of the Hill State movement, whether you talk of technologies like the Ri Khasi press, it's a tiny space throbbing with life and energy. And we would like to ensure that it continues that way, which is why our government, under the leadership of Mr. Conrad K. Sangma, has chosen to come forward through the Department of Tourism to support this cultural center, which I'm sure will be a state-of-the-art display of the wealth of talent, the wealth of our past, and how our core values can be passed forward to future generations when we have a building that I'm sure will pulsate with life and with vigor. As I listened to the group singing one of the songs from the Seng Khasi hymn book, I recall that to us, it doesn't really matter which faith or which religion you belong to. A song that is sung with depth and which pierces into the inner core of your being as a Khasi brings a lot of pride and joy. As a young boy listening to All India Radio, I would recall a song, Kahok Kabatam. Kahok Kabatam, Hakane Kapatay, Buram Kawarlam, Yaka Yengi Barok away, Kane Pinchisha O Hakmat Ubrio Uble. I can still recall those lines at 52 now. Seng Khasi richly deserves its place of importance. It has produced eminent luminaries like Ba H.O. Mauri, Ba Hipshon Roy, Ba Arti Rambai, Ba Spitan is here with us. Luminaries who have contributed immensely to showing the rest of the world what the Khasis have. Kalong Gabadon Kambha bangin Kmie, Pa Jylla Banshim Kaliang Nakiway, and Ray Kabakong Sando Kalong Nipat in I Ayu Shakiway. Karong Yapan, but Karong Ya I. Banyapan Kabasuk, Panya I, Kade Kabak Ham Namar Kadawa Yakajing Treshitom, Kadawa Yakajing Minot, Kadawa Yagasep Kasar Kajuni. As a Department of Tourism, I am happy to share with you that this is not the only center that the department is investing in. We also have the construction of the Youth Cum Cultural Center for Seng Khasi Nong Thamai Madandating, which has been sanctioned, for which work is going on, and the total amount is 2.30 crores. The construction of various components of work at Loom Sop Petmening has been completed, amounting to rupees 18.32 crores, and further development, construction of the compound fencing at a cost of rupees 15 lakhs has also been sanctioned. It just goes to prove that we are proud and we take it that we are the common custodians of our past and our future generations. As I read about Jinking Xiar and its relevance, the golden ladder, its relevance as a symbol of the Khasi worldview, I'm struck by the fact that in Japan, the Shinto religion also has a folk tale about a rooster that was instrumental in pleading for the sun to come back from a cave and bring back light to mankind. Something like Akrem Lamet Latang. My point here is that there is scope for further research, there is scope for further delving into records or folk tales, folkloristics of other regions worldwide, because there is something that binds humanity, and this is one such thread. Without taking more time, I'd like to congratulate the entire committee that was instrumental in pitching for this project. Let us keep in mind that while religions bring so much of division, bring so much of hatred around the world, we have to go a few notches higher, go beyond religion and reach a state of spirituality. Because when we attain spirituality, we do not look at our neighbors as the other, but we look at each one of us as members of one common family. Friends, once again, my heartfelt congratulations to each one of you. We remain steadfast in supporting tourism, and religious tourism is an emerging trend here in Meghalaya. This cultural center will be a boon not only to researchers, scholars and visitors, but will further enhance Meghalaya's image, and also the fact that today we have this center and the department has also sanctioned for creation and addition of and beautification of our cultural centers at Nartriang and Mauplang. These are activities that will ensure that our culture finds its deeply deserving place. And with tourism growing, I'm sure visitors would like to not just see what is modern, what is new, but also to know that we are an ancient civilization, an ancient people with a modern outlook and a future as bright as the sun that was fetched from her hiding place at Krem Lamet Latang. Kublai, Ublai Undan Rangkat Wat Pi, Inyatay Rangkat, Bantay Yaganekari, Batban Pentikana, Yakalawe, Kawatan Jinkerban. Shihajarngu, Kublai, Mitela Jayin.
Thank you, Bob Lingdo. Your exceptional speech today has made a significant impact, and we're grateful for your valuable contribution. Thank you again for sharing your knowledge and making this event a success. Our next speaker is a politician who is serving as the third Deputy Chief Minister of Meghalaya under the MDA government. Shri Preston Tinsong is currently the Minister of Public Works Department Roads, Animal Husbandry, Veterinary, Housing, Labour and Parliamentary Affairs Government of Meghalaya since 2018. Shri P. Tinsong represents the Pinursla constituency in the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly since 2013, and in 2018, Mr. Tinsong became the Deputy Chief Minister of Meghalaya in the MDA government and to this date. Sir, it is a great privilege to have you here, present with us on this momentous occasion, and it is an honor to have you on stage as the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister to present us with a speech. Thank you.
Khubor jarngu nungkong ya ka Seng Khasi Kmie la ne ka Seng Khasi Seng Kmie kabalung ba jong ka jing trei sitom kinong yalam ha ka pateng ka pala lino ipoi syak ne ka klip mat ka bamenta. I'm so happy to be part of this ceremony. Today, as rightly said by Paul Lingdok, the 15th of May, 2025, I would like to treat this year, 2025, as the most significant year for the Seng Khasi because we are in the midst of the ongoing celebration in your attaining the age of 125 years. So it's a befitting celebration that we are having today. Under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, I used to call him Awang, so you can please find out Awang what does it mean. Awang Konrad Sangma, very dynamic and also with full of knowledge to lead the state. I'm so proud to be part of his leadership. But Paul, the Honorable Minister of Tourism, our officers who are here, Commissioner Secretary Mr. Tuari, Commissioner Secretary Kong Mat Siudo, the officers of the Department from Arts and Culture, from Tourism, Niadon lang hang ni kinong yalam barat ba jong ka Seng Khasi, kiwe ki Seng ki badon lang hang ni, but samla bat kentei bat kena barok Khubor jarngu ia kajing don benta jong ilang hang ni. Tang si kentin ar kentin namar ngaru ngas ngaukit rambha ia kajing trei ia kajing syakri jong ka Seng Khasi. Ngasukwa ban ia don benta lang hakabakum kanikasngi. Kanika Cultural Center kabaki penun kamru ikentin haswa jong kani ka Indigenous Cultural Center. Ngangej kem bakani ka center kamtam ka jaka ka deru amaukar. Kande ka way na ka tourist destination. Kabalengba jong ki items ki balasay enda piladep ya kanika jingtay ka jong pi. Nga kermens kem keleng sawdong ka perthei. Kinwan banrung. Hakani ka temple ka jong pi. Kan mau bahai tai kentin mga pedon kam. Keleng sawdong ka perthei. Kinwan. Hakani ka temple ka jong pi. Bat ngangej kem bakan long. Kajing mentoy ka bakraw ya ka Jylla Meghalaya. Bat kam tam ya ka jaj benriu ka jongi. Ia don lang hang ni krui. Kinong sensyar hima parok. Kinong sensyar snong. Kinong mikmat. Nadu ka level jong dis council. Hadu mangi ke Sorkar. Ngas ngoban ong bakade ka burom ka bakraw ya pi kum ka Seng Khasi barok away. Ba mangiru hala I benta kat kum ka constitution jong ka India. Ngin nang pen klan shu. Ya ka jing trei kam ka jong pi. Bat ngin yai pen ne shu. Ya ka lenti ya ka jong pi. Nang le syakmat. Ai bau blei terai kenat unkur khu unkur dok. Undon rengkat bat ka Seng barok away. Bat kumju, bat ka Ri ka chaj ben riu ka Jylla jongi barok away kublei api sia jangu.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Bap Preston Tinsong, for the delightful speech at this event. We are thankful for your time, effort, support, and presence with us today. We highly appreciate you taking the time to share your thoughts with us. I am delighted to introduce our chief guest, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Conrad K. Sangma, who has warmly accepted our invitation to join us. Your presence is a source of inspiration for us all, sir. We are honored to have you with us on this special occasion. The 12th and current Chief Minister of Meghalaya since 2018, Shri Conrad K. Sangma was a former Member of Parliament from Tura from the year 2016 to 2018. Mr. Sangma also served as the Leader of the Opposition in the State Assembly from the year 2009 to 2013. Upon completing his education, Shri Conrad K. Sangma started his political career in the late 1990s as the campaign manager for his father, late Mr. P.A. Sangma, for the Nationalist Congress Party, former Chief Minister of Meghalaya and Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Brought up in Delhi and educated at St. Columba's School, a prestigious school, he received a bachelor's degree in business administration in entrepreneurial management from the Wharton School of University of Pennsylvania before completing his MBA in finance from Imperial College, London. Mr. Conrad Sangma is an ardent guitarist and a fan of Western music. Apart from politics, he has been associated with social works as president of the P.A. Sangma Foundation, which functions for the betterment of sectors of education and environment. He also runs colleges in rural Meghalaya, giving an opportunity to the youth in the field of academics and a better future for the educated lot. He also currently serves as president of the Meghalaya Cricket Association and Sports Academy. As Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad K. Sangma has been at the forefront of ushering reforms and developments across various sectors. His administration is known for its digital governance, youth employment and empowerment, infrastructure development, and focus on tourism and entrepreneurship. The Chief Minister's administration launched campaigns like Restart Meghalaya Tourism post-COVID-19, promoting eco-tourism and cultural tourism. India Today ranked Mr. Sangma among the top 10 dynamic chief ministers in 2021. Mr. Sangma also received acclaim for launching Meghalaya's first ever sports policy. Under his leadership, Meghalaya has won awards for public health innovation, clean governance, and eco-tourism initiatives. Mr. Conrad Sangma's journey from a political legacy to a transformative leader is a testament to vision, resilience, and dedication. His ability to connect with people across communities, age groups, and regions makes him a respected figure not only in Meghalaya but throughout Northeast India. Our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Conrad K. Sangma. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm applause. It is my honor to welcome you, sir, on stage to grace this important occasion with a speech. Thank you.
Very good afternoon. At the very outset, I would like to thank our MC for, I should say, that unbelievable introduction. Even I was wondering who she was talking about for a moment. But thank you so much for the kind words. My friend and our
respected Deputy Chief Minister, Preston Tinsong, my dear friend and our Tourism Minister, Paul Lingdo, our Commissioner Secretary and officials of different departments, O. Pinrop, the President of the Seng Kmie, and all the other office bearers and members, all senior citizens and delegates who are here today, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed very honored and very happy to be here today, to be part of this celebration, I should say. I remember a couple of years back, if I'm not wrong, I can't remember the month, the members of the Seng Khasi Kmie had approached the government, had met me personally, and had proposed to put up this particular Indigenous Cultural Center. And that was the beginning of the process of being able to reach this point where today we are finally laying the foundation for something which I believe is going to be truly amazing. And I say that because I'm a very strong proponent when it comes to preserving the culture, preserving our way of life, preserving our history, and celebrating it. And the reason is because that is who we are. That is our identity. That is what makes us who we are and also differentiates us from others. And we are so fortunate that not just in Meghalaya and not just in the northeast part of the country, but India as a whole is such a beautiful and a diverse nation. And hence, from 2018 onwards, it has been the endeavor of our government to continue to support, provide infrastructure, have different programs in order to promote, preserve, and as I said, celebrate the culture and diversity of our state. I remember very fondly when we had gone for the Nongkrem dance in Smith, and there were certain programs that were held, rituals that were celebrated. And I remember first time visiting and realizing that there were certain rituals which were centuries old. And yet when I reached the location, there was just an open ground with not even a place to sit. And I could not imagine that for 100 years the ritual has been happening here and there is no infrastructure. Immediately after talking to all the stakeholders, we sanctioned roughly about 4.5 crores. And I'm so happy we have still not inaugurated it. I'm waiting for the inauguration. But we have a nice gallery out there, a nice space, a nice location. And I'm so happy to see that we are giving shape and structure and the necessary infrastructure for different cultural as well as important, significant aspects of the culture of our people and our state. And today's program is, as I said, another example of that effort from our side to be able to really preserve the culture of the Seng Khasi and the state as a whole, and the Khasi and other communities and tribes in the state of Meghalaya. As we heard our friend Hamar Singh, he was explaining about this particular project. It's not just a museum, it's not just an Indigenous center. It's going to be a vibrant Indigenous and cultural center. It's going to be a center where youth will come in, whether it's music, whether it's handicraft, whether it is the knowledge that needs to be passed on to future generations, whether it is research, whether it's papers to be written, books to be released, libraries to be created. This will be a vibrant, as I said, Indigenous center where multiple activities will happen. And let me assure you that we as a government will continue to support you to ensure that we are able to make this museum come Indigenous center, into one of the most vibrant cultural centers in our state. As a government, we have realized, and we are very clear in our strategy, that whatever we do, it has to be with the support and with the cooperation and with the partnership of the community. If the government wants to succeed in different programs, we must reach out and connect with our communities, with our different cultural groups, with our different Indigenous groups, with different organizations, with the youth, with the farmers, with the women group. And unless we don't connect and work with them in partnership, we may be able to start, but we'll not be able to continue it and sustain it and achieve the goals and results the way we could if we did the partnership. And therefore, at every level, you'll notice that we are partnering with the community in all aspects. Our government believes in inclusiveness. For us, I'm very clear. I keep telling this, and I told this even many years back to our people when there was one election. I had one election. And I said, yes, during election, I'm NPP. But once election is over and I become member of parliament or I become chief minister, every single citizen is my person and my citizen. And it's my duty to ensure that we are able to, without any bias, we should be working closely with every community, every individual, and all kind of organizations. And it is with that principle in mind. I just want to share with you, we have been in government last 7 years now, running 8 years. And we are running a coalition government. We had 7 political parties. And we had so many challenges in the first term. I don't know if some of you remember it or not. Different problems came up. But I used to tell everybody in my team that the only way to run a government is based on certain principles. The only way to govern a state is to have principles. If you don't have certain principles and certain values, and those principles should apply to all, you cannot change the principle based on one group or one party or one MLA or one community. You cannot. And that is what has been the foundation of our government, based on principles that we will not segregate, we will not be biased, we will support and we will work with the community at all levels. And that is what drives our government, our decisions. Our Deputy Chief Minister is here with us. A lot of people might not know that he is most probably, and I don't want to say it just because he's sitting here, but he is most probably one of the most successful PWD ministers in the history of the state. And I say this as the Chief Minister because I know what's happening. And I can tell you that it is during his tenure as PWD Minister, close to 70% of the roads in the state were made during his time, in the last 7 years. And this does not happen just like that. It happens because there's a commitment, there is a principle on the basis of which we work, there is a focus, there is teamwork. I must say, what has happened today, what is happening today out here, when we're laying the foundation stone for this wonderful Indigenous center, it's not happened because Chief Minister has suddenly sanctioned this. Or it's not happened because Tourism Minister, we sat down and we just sanctioned it. It happened because there's a team. How many times our members from the Seng Kmie have sat down with our officials? I must thank the tourism department, our officials, who have been working tirelessly, continuously. So many details need to be worked out. And they did it. And because of this strong teamwork, things are moving forward. You know, I just want to share with you, I'm finding this moment quite good, and also my next program has been cancelled, so I'm going to take more time to speak. But, you know, I found that for anything to happen, especially governance, momentum is required. Things don't happen, you know, in a day. I was yesterday distributing some checks to Roberts Hospital. We are helping different hospitals to build up the infrastructure. So we had sanctioned 2 crores. So I gave 1 crore the first installment. And I was discussing and telling them that the foundations and the activities that we're doing today is going to show results in 2032. Not this year, not next year, and not the year after that. The foundations and the implementation, the work we're doing today in education is going to take 6 to 7 years to show. I'll just give a simple example. This year, Shillong Medical College will start. Already, the USTA Medical College has started. Next year, Tura Medical College will start. Roughly about 100-150 seats in each one. Currently, we have about 100 seats in the medical section from other colleges across the country, which means that we will have about 550 seats for doctors. But then, by the time the doctors take admission this year and the first batch passes out, it's going to be 2030. So only when 2030 comes, we will actually see the impact of the decisions we made today and the work that we're doing and the foundations that we're laying. So governance is a very difficult subject. You know, things take time to implement. And I'm happy that today we have a strong momentum that's moving forward. We have actual processes and, you know, ways and institutional setups that are ready to actually make things happen. And that is what is the most satisfying part for me. And I'm very happy, and I want to say it publicly, that all of this work that we are seeing, especially today's program, has been only possible because all the stakeholders have put their heart, their mind, and their soul into what they were doing. And that's why we're able to complete this. And again, I want to assure you that we will continue to support. I'm also happy to inform you, I think some of you know, some of you may not know, that like we're doing these programs with many communities, Yodo, Barabazar is again a very important area for us. And for decades, nothing has been done there. And you'll be happy to know that already government has sanctioned 6 crores. Work is going on as we speak. I hope you should sometimes go and see. I'll be visiting Yodo very soon. And you'll be happy to see that we are actually clearing the footpaths, we're making them, we're creating the nalas, we're taking the pipes out. And more importantly, I want to share, because it's a great platform to share it, that we have already finalized another 15 crores for development of Yodo. So we will see that in the next maybe 3 to 6 months' time, we'll be talking about renovating the shops, tendering also all will be done. And Yodo, which is, as I said, is in a way the heart, the soul of our, our farmers, our small business people. And it's an area where a lot of activity is there. And sadly, it was neglected for a long time. And I'm happy today that, as I said, 6 crores work is going on, and another 15 crores will be sanctioned. And like that, as I said, in many, many areas, we are very clear that as a government, we have to work with partnership. We have to work with the community. We have to work with different groups. And that is the only way that we can all succeed in what we are doing. Government is a facilitator. We are here to facilitate the different aspects and take forward the different policies and create the necessary infrastructure. But it is the people, the stakeholders, the community who have to then partner with us and ensure that we move forward in what objective that we had started with. So I'm very happy once again. From the tourism sector, I also want to share, since this has been funded by tourism, that we are seeing great growth in tourism in the state of Meghalaya. And we are seeing that many tourists from throughout the country and even abroad are today selecting Meghalaya and Shillong as their preferred destination. There are many, many projects worth thousands of crores that are actually under process being implemented, whether it is one of those projects is this Indigenous Center, whether it is the Maukodok Skywalk. I don't know if you know this, but the Maukodok, we are planning to put up a skywalk out there. So it'll be a kind of a translucent kind of glass structure which you'll be able to see through in one way and experience the entire valley and that Maukodok area in a much more, better manner. Whether it is the rain museum that is going to come up in Mausanram, because it is the heaviest rainfall in the world. And therefore, obviously, there needs to be some kind of a center for that. And all of these different projects are going on. I'm also happy to inform you that we have the 2 5-star hotels now. And in the next 3 years' time, we are expecting another 3 5-star hotels to come up in Shillong. We have close to 700 homestay projects going on as we speak, and we are targeting another 2,000 plus, about 2,500 homestays more in the state, because we are seeing a large tourist inflow, and we want people to experience that aspect of tourism. And the most important is that the work for the extension of the runway in Umrah Airport has also, the tendering process has started. And we are expecting that the actual implementation will start by September 25 and the completion would be by May 2027. So by that time, we are expecting that the commercial airlines like the Indigo, SpiceJet, Air India, these aircrafts then will be able to land directly from Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad. And that will be a major game changer, not just in terms of our tourism, but even for our own people to trade, because this will become like a hub for us and logistics center where we're hoping that we'll be able to then transport different products from the state to the rest of the country and perhaps the world. So friends, I will not take too much of time. I thought that it's a great opportunity for me to share all these developments and the different works that are going on. And I once again would like to congratulate our tourism minister, who has been the driving force to really push tourism to the level that we have reached today. And the kind of soul he brings in, I must tell you that. Anybody can be a minister, but there is a sense of passion, a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose that drives an individual and makes the person different. And that's what makes Bapol different. He has a sense of, a pride and passion in him, and a sense of purpose, which is what is giving shape and soul to the entire tourism department. And as you know, that he also handles art and culture and also textiles, and therefore there's a great convergence that's going on in this. And I expect that under his leadership, we will see a lot of opportunities that will come up under the tourism sector. And of course, this Indigenous Center is going to be something that I am also truly looking forward to. As many things have been said about the aspect of our Indigenous knowledge and how important it is, I don't want to go too much into it, but yes, I am also absolutely in line with it. I also want to share that we have a program called the CM Scholar Research and Scholar Program, where we fund research scholars and we give them 3 lakh rupees to complete their research and support their research and the papers that they would like to do. Last year we supported 50 such scholars. I hope that we'll be able to increase that number. I would like to see that even from our traditional and Indigenous research scholars, if you could come up and apply for this scholarship program and come out with papers, come out with documentation, even if it is, aspects of music, how we, the Dyutara and the different traditional music instruments that are there, what is the history behind it, how it is played. We don't have documentations, that teach us all of this. And I think it's so much of opportunity in that. And that is why this research scholarship program is out. And I would really urge the students and the young, PhD students, lecturers, and teachers to please take advantage of this. We will support you and come out with documentation, do the research, because that is the only way for us to, keep the knowledge that we have, promote it, and then share it with the rest of the world. So I'm very happy once again, and I congratulate each and every one of you on this momentous occasion, and I wish each and every one of you the very best. Thank you very much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the foundation stone laying ceremony and unveiling of plaque. I request the President of Seng Khasi Kmie Rangba O Pingrop to kindly assist our Honorable Chief Guest, our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, and the Minister of Tourism to do the honor. We request a microphone, a cordless microphone on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally marked the founding of a new building that will serve as a historical marker, a symbolic gesture representing the start of a project accompanied by formal ceremony, bringing key stakeholders together, showing commitment, progress, and purpose. Before we come to the end of the program, we will have the vote of thanks by Shri Philip F. Taryang, Assistant Director of Tourism, Government of Meghalaya. We kindly welcome you, sir, on stage to give us the vote of thanks.
I want to thank the MC for leading this program today very gracefully. Thank you. As we come to the end of the program today, I would like to propose the vote of thanks by first of all thanking our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Conrad K. Sangma, for his gracious presence. Thank you, sir, for your leadership and for your ever-presence with our department, for guiding us and advising us from time to time. And in fact, your presence along with your cabinet colleagues, like the Deputy Chief Minister and the Tourism Minister, shows how momentous and important this project is. Thank you, sir, once again. I would like to thank the Deputy Chief Minister as well, who has been here today with us, for his gracious presence. Thank you, sir, for your kind words, your speech. This day, it means a lot as we speak about the project. Thank you once again, sir. And of course, I want to thank the Tourism Minister, Paul Lingdo. Sir, your guidance and your leadership to the department has always been encouraging to us, the officers, as we work in various projects. You are always there to show us the way, sir, with your advice and your guidance, and we want to thank you always, sir. And I want to thank the Commissioner and Secretary also of the Tourism Department, Dr. Vijay Kumar. They, of course, could not be here, along with the Director of Tourism, Sri Cyril Dengdo. But I want to thank them the same as they lead us in the department with various projects. And by showing the way in completing various projects with the department. I want to thank them all. And at this moment, I would like to thank the Seng Khasi Kmie, the leaders, the elders, the well-wishers who have come out with full force to give their encouragement in having this event today. It is indeed, like I said, a very momentous event. And I'd like to thank the president of the Seng Khasi Kmie for giving us that gracious welcome to all of us here. Thank you, Ba. And also I'd like to propose the thanks to the various departments without whom probably this event would not have been a success. They have worked tirelessly behind the scenes. I want to thank all of them, the various staffs from the various departments, and those who have worked backstage, who have contributed to this event. I want to thank the press fraternity also for being here, for covering this event, and also the from the traffic police side who are managing the traffic. I'm sure it's a difficult task indeed they have. Thank you to all of them, and if I have missed out any, I would like to apologize, but give my thanks to all of you for making this event a great success, and also like to wish the Seng Khasi Kmie for this important event and this important project, and of course like to give the best wishes that we see this project come up in the way it is intended, and it comes up in the record time that is projected, that once again when we come here we will inaugurate the project once again together. I want to thank all of you once again. Thank you again. Kuble Shibun.
Thank you, Shri Philip F. Daryang, Assistant Director of Tourism, for the vote of thanks. It is a privilege to be here today to officially close the event. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Government of Meghalaya, Tourism Department, our esteemed guests and dignitaries, organizers, members of the JPK Seng Khasi Kmie, staff, media, traffic, and most importantly, all of you present here. Your dedication and enthusiasm have made this event truly special. Thank you all, and we wish you the very best. Before proceeding, I beg your pardon, before we proceed to the banquet hall, we will have a photo session of the chief guests and dignitaries with all the JPK members. Thank you.